Hello and welcome to another lesson in our Excel VBA programming. In our previous lessons, we started with our third project, that is the bulk files converter application. Okay, we created the front end and design all the interface that we want to design, and everything is done. So in this lesson, we're just going to write the codes to automate everything in that applications. Okay, now let's quickly delve right into that. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Press the bell icon so that you can receive notifications anytime we upload new tutorials. Okay, if you would also want to access our previous tutorials, we have the links in the videos descriptions below. You can just check the links out and then have access to our previous tutorials. Now let's quickly delve right into these lessons. Thank you. Hello and welcome to the final lesson in our third project, that is the file converter. So let's dive right into that. We go to our folder, then we get our file open, and in this tutorial we're going to deal with how to write macros to convert from Word to PDF. So we just go ahead and do that. So we go to the developer tab, and from there we go to Visual Basic, then insert a module. So we just have to name the module to the name that is there to be in line with what we intend to do, that is converting from Word to PDF code. So we name it like that. So we just name of the module, so you have it here. So we change the name, that is Word to PDF, right? Let's just confirm that once again. Good, Word to PDF. So we have that. So we say Word to PDF macros. So perfect. So the next thing we're going to do is just to write we have this Word to PDF, insert our sub procedure. So we say sub, so it's going to be Word and underscore, then 2, then underscore, then PDF. Perfect. So as usual, we're going to need some variable declaration, but before we even do that, we have to look at the screen updating and set that to false for the meantime before we do that. So we start with that screen updating, application dot screen updating rather. So we have that as application dot dot screen updating, which is equal to what? False. Then we check on application dot display status bar, yes, we would want that, so we set that to true. True, right? Perfect. Then after that we need to declare some variables, right? So we say dim sh as worksheet, sh as worksheet. Perfect. And we want to set sh to the workbook we're dealing with. So we say set sh equal to this workbook dot sheets. Which of the sheets? Let's check. The name of the sheet is Word to PDF. Perfect. So we have all in capitals to PDF, depending upon how you name yours. Okay.
Now we want to dim, sorry, we have this dim FO as sorry, FSO, okay, for the meantime. So FSO as, that is a new file system object, new file system objects. Then we want to dim FO as folder, sorry, effect. We want to dim F as file, perfect. Then we want to dim this work, dim the workbook, dim WB as workbook, perfect. Now we want to dim N, which is going to help us in counting the files whilst converting is going on. Okay, so we dim N as integer, sorry, perfect. So after all this, what we need to do right now is to go ahead and dim the web app as an application dot web app. So let's do that. So we say what, dim dim web app, that is the web application as new word dot application. Good. So word dot application. So perfect. From there, we would want to dim word document. So it's a dim word doc. Okay, so word doc. So just combine it as that is a word dot document. So word dot documents, perfect. So we have that. I would want to set the FO, that is a folder. So you say what, set FO is equal to FSO dot, that is a file system object, right? But get folder, okay, we want to get folder, that is the path which the input folder will be coming from. So it's a sh dot range, if you can remember, is H11, but let's confirm that. I have H11 here, you can see the reference, and H12. So we're talking of this one for the meantime. So H11, perfect. Dot range into brackets H11, perfect. Sorry, H11, and then perfect dot value, perfect. So we have that as well. So now the next thing we're going to do is just to create our loop, for loop, and then loop through the files in that particular folder and begin the conversion process. So we say for each, okay, so we use this for each. We say for each f, that is for each file in the folder, that is a fo dot files. Fo dot files. We want to do something, so we say next, perfect. So for each file in the folder that we've just imported in, we would want to do something. First of all, we need to begin with the counting process. So n equal to n plus 1. So this take control of counting the files whilst conversion is in progress. So from there, the next thing we need to do right now is just make sure that we write and deal with the status bar whilst conversion is in progress. The status bar displays the process for us to see. So we say application dot status bar, the status bar equal to, what do we want to display on it? We want to display something like processing. Okay, so we just give this processing. Then we would want to concatenate that to, as usual, you know what I'm talking about. So to concatenate, we use the ampersand, concatenate that to the number of files that are converted already. Then we would want to concatenate that as well to what, the slash sign, that is a forward slash. This is going to be a string, okay. And after I want to concatenate that again to the folder, the number of files in the folder. So fo dot files dot count. Okay, those are the number of files in the folder. So perfect. Sorry. Okay, let me just confirm this. Okay, this is not needed here. Okay, let me just see this. Okay, this start from this one here. This we have this here. So here. So clear this one from here. Perfect. So like this, it goes like this. So we're just concatenating. So this is a string on its own, and we are concatenating it to the number of files that are converted already. So this takes care of the number of files that are converted over, then this takes care of the total number of files in the folder. So take note of that. So once we are done with that, we want to write the macros to deal with the conversion now. But before we do that, we need to set the word doc. So you say set word doc equal to, that is the word app to dots documents. Perfect. And now from there, we would want to use this particular method to open the path which the conversion is going to be stored inside. After conversion, where the files are going to be stored. So we say what, dot open. Okay, dot open. Then into bracket, what are we opening? That particular file path. So we say f dot path, where the various files are stored in. Okay, so basically that is that. So after that, now we write the macros just to go ahead and convert once and for all. So we say word app, sorry, we deal with the word document rather, word document dot export as fixed format. We say export as fixed formats. Perfect. So we have that. So now, whilst we are going to deal with the exporting, we need to know where they are going to be exported after conversion, where they are going to be stored in, right? So we deal with that. So dot what, sh format, and then the sh dot range, into bracket, the range where the output folder is, that is the h12 if I'm right. That is the h12, and then close this. Perfect. h12 dot value. Then from there, we would want to concatenate that to application dot path separator, application dot path separator. Then after that, we would want to concatenate that to VBA dot the replace function, then into brackets. Now we are going to maintain the file name, so we say f dot name. So this function maintains the file name, right? As I've already explained in our previous lesson. Then comma. Now we would want to replace the doc, which is the file extension, the extension for the Word document or the Word file, and replace it to PDF, right? Because we are converting from Word to PDF, so don't forget of that. So to do that, just bring this, is a dot doc, that is the document, and this comma. Then we are replacing that to what, dot PDF. So that one to dot PDF, and we have that as well. So a string. So then we go ahead and close the brackets, then comma. Then after that, then the last we are going to do is a WD, that is the word export format, that is the PDF. Then close that, and finally I think we are done with that. So the next we are going to do is just to make sure that the Word doc is then closed, that is the Word document is closed. Before the conversion, what happens is that it is opened, and then all the files inside are then converted to what, PDF. And then once we are done, so we've opened the document here with the Word document here, we've opened it. This Word app the document function help us to open the Word before the conversion takes place here. So after the conversion, we need to close the Word doc app. So to do that, so you say Word doc dot close. Perfect. And we set that to what, false. Okay, so perfect. So after that, we just have to come outside the loop now. Okay, we can then come outside the loop now. And then what we need to do right now is that after everything, then the progress bar, which displays everything, the process of the conversion, which is the application of status bar. Now we need to set it to what, empty string. So we say application dot status application of status bar is equal to then empty string. Then after that, the last thing we need to do is to give a message. So it's a message box. Then the message, I think just the word done is enough. I think that is that. So perfectly after this, I think we are done, or you can say process completed. Whatever information or message you would want to leave here, that one is up to you. So perfect. Now let me just go over again. First of all, we just have to make sure that the screen updating is set to false. In application.display status bar, we want to display the status bar here during a conversion. So we set that to true. Now we deem that is the SH as worksheet, and then we also set the SH to be this workbook. Inside the workbook, we're talking of a particular sheet. Which of the sheets? That is a Word to PDF, this particular sheet, what we are talking about. Perfect. Then after that, we need to declare some variables which we have done. So say dim FSO as what? New file system object. Now dim FO, that is the FO as what? Folder. Now dim F as file. We also dim WB as workbook, and then dim N as integer. Like I said, all these variable names can be, you can change them and use any name you want, but you have to make sure that it is in line with what you're doing. Like I said, I keep on saying this. So take note of that. And finally, we need to set FO. That is a folder. That is the input folder, the folder which we are taking the Word, the folder which holds the Word document. We are converting from Word to PDF. So set FO is equal to what? FSO, that is the file system object dot get folder function, and then the sheet dot range H11, that is where the input folder is, the value there, that is the file, the folder path there. So that's what we are taking. So here what we are doing is that we are using a for loop to loop through inside that particular folder and take each and every file and convert. So we say what? For each F, that is for each file in that particular folder, would want to do what? During the conversion, if the first one is converted, add it to the already converted one, and then sum it, and then add it, and then that is the plus one. When one is converted, you add it. Another one is converted, you add it. So in that case, if you have 10 files in the folder and the conversion start, it starts and say 1 out of what? 10. Then in the process, then you see 2. So that is what this particular line does for us. It increments the files as the counting goes on. So we say what? Application of status bar is equal to, now we want to display something on the status bar. What do you want to display? We want the user to see something like this, processing. It means something is in progress, right? So processing. And then we would want to concatenate that to what? The number of files that are converted already. So this takes care of the number of files that are converted already, slash then the total number of files in the folder. So perfectly, that is that. Now before we deal with the conversion, we have something we call Word document. Okay, so now sorry, that is the Word app rather. So to do that, we just set this just is something like a variable we've already declared, which is the Word doc. So we are setting that to what? The Word application or document function. This Word application or document function help us to open the Word document before the conversion. So once it is open, now we want what? The Word doc, and then export fixed formats. Then now, as it is open, I would want to go ahead and deal with what? The conversion. Okay, so we say what? Export as fixed formats. Then where is it going to be stored in? S8.range H12, that is the output folder which is in the range H12. Okay, sorry, this particular range H12, that is where it's going to be stored in. Okay, so dot value, that is that folder path. Then we are concatenating it to what? Application.path separator. So we are separating the input file folder path towards the from that of the output folder path. Okay, and we are then concatenating that to what? VBA.replace. The replace function does what? It replaces the PDF file extension to what? To the doc, because the Word comes with doc. But then we don't want it that way. We want it after conversion. We want the extension to change to what? PDF, because we are converting from Word to PDF. So basically that is that. With the f.name is a function that keeps track of what? The name. Supposing the name of the Word document we are converting is what? Yao. After conversion, we want to maintain the same name for what? The PDF file too. That is Yao as well. So that is what we are doing. Then after that, we want what? The WDX export format as what? PDF. We are exporting it as what? PDF. Now, from there, the Word document has been opened already. So after opening it and then the conversion taking place, or after conversion, we need to close it. So we say what? Word doc dot close is what? False. So basically that is that. Now we say what? The next, this This next here is for the for loop. Okay, for and then the next for. So that is that. Now, once we are done with the conversion and everything, the next thing we are going to do is what? Application dot status bar equal to what? Empty string. It means that we don't want it to what? We don't want the application bar to show again after conversion. Then after that, message box is what? Done. With the message box, we want to display a message to the user. And what message are we displaying? We are displaying just done to show that we are done with the conversion. So basically that is that. Now what we need to do right now is just to go ahead and then assign this macro to the button that we're going to use it for. Okay. So it is this button. So you just right click and then go to, so we are converting from Word to PDF. Right click, go to assign macro, then locate Word to PDF. I think this is it. And you choose that. Once we are done, now let's check on the desktop. We have Word files here, right? We have Word files here. We want to convert the Word to PDF right now. Okay, we are deleting this. So this become the input folder, this become the output. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're converting from Word to PDF. So now what we need to do is to browse and get the Word documents or Word files. We locate the desktop, then we go for the Word files. Okay, this is the Word files. Now we browse here and go to the what? PDF. So once we are done, then we click on this. So you can see processing 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4. So done. It means we are done with the conversion. So let's quickly check on that. So we can see that all the Word documents have been converted straight to PDF without any problem, without any stress. So I think that is that. So finally we are done with the third project. So we just go ahead. So this is what we have there. And then this has been converted to what? PDF here. So let's check that. Perfect, the same thing. So basically that is that. This is pure automation, right? So now the last thing for us to do is just to make sure that we go to the home page and then link this to the various sheet. Okay, so we are converting with this one. When we click on this button, we want to move to what? Excel to PDF. So we right click on this, you go to link, and then you go to place this document, then you go to Excel to PDF. Perfect. So with this one, right click on it, you go to link, then you go to the, that is the Word to PDF, right? Okay, so we choose this Word to PDF. Then the last one, right click on this, then you go to link, and then we choose to what? PDF to Word. Okay, so basically that is that. So now we click on this, we come here, we go back home, click on this, we come here, go back home, click on this, and then we come here. So basically that is how we want it. Now the next thing we need to do is just to make sure we get some home button here. So we just select this and then Control D and just drag it and keep it somewhere here. Okay, so you can just edit it to what? To home. Perfect. You can just readjust it. Good. This looks cute, so you can just move it up a bit. Okay, so you can just Control C to copy it. But before we even do that, let me just right click on it and go to link. We want to link it to what? The home page. Okay, so basically that is that. So we just press and hold Control on the keyboard and select it, then Control C to copy it. And we come here, make sure we paste it here. Control V to paste. It should be there. Here. Then here to come here as well. And Control V to paste it here as well. So perfect. So we have that here. So you click on this, then you come home. So basically that is that. Now the final thing is this. Now here, catch. Now it's just like this looks like visiting a website. Any website you visit, you first of all visit the home page, right? So we just have to make sure that now look at something. Let me be on this particular sheet and close this webpage. Now if I should relaunch it again, I should be on that same page, which I don't want it like that. I would want us to always, okay, now it's showing me the home page. Meanwhile, I didn't set it that way. But then sometimes it doesn't do that. You be on a particular sheet and then you close it. And what's going to happen is that, okay, let me just do that once again. So let me just open it once again. it goes to the home page. Let me be on this particular sheet and then Control S to save action and see something. Okay, so let me close it. Let me relaunch it again and see how it's going to be. You can see that after saving it's on this particular sheet, right? But we don't want it like that. We want it even after saving. When we open the workbook, we want to be on the home page with even a welcome message, right? So we can do that easy, right? So let's go back to the developer tab here, come to the Visual Basic. So here we're going to deal with the workbook. So we double click on the workbook and then here you choose workbook. So on the event here is open, that is when the workbook is open, we would want something to happen. Okay, so you say what? Worksheet. Okay, worksheets. Which of the worksheets? We want one of them, that is the home. Okay, so we call it home dot activate. On opening of this workbook, we will want the home page to display first. Then from there, we just go ahead and give a message box. So welcome message like maybe welcome to file converter application. Perfect. Welcome to file converter application. Basically, that is that. So you can just Control S to here. We close this. Okay, so now let me just close this. Now let me be on this particular sheet here. Control S to save again. Now if I should close it and relaunch it, I would want it to be on this with a welcome message. So let's see how that works. Perfect. You can see that is how we want it. So from here you can begin navigation and then doing whatever you want to do. So I think basically everything is up and running. So we are done with this project. So thank you so much for watching. And until our next lesson, I say bye for now.